All right, welcome to the Overtax Taxpayer channel. I'm going to be covering a little bit of cryptos. I'll take a look at the silver charts as well, but I also want to talk about a couple of news events that have piqued my interest. So let's dive right in. I'm not going to go into depth with it, but I can see that the crypto markets are up. If you take a look at the last column to the right of your screen, the 7-day column, you see most of the markets are in the green. Bitcoin is almost at 46 and a half, as you can tell by the second column right there. XRP is up as well to $1.03. Now remember where XRP was a few weeks back and what they claimed. They claimed it was a dead coin in litigation. The banks are going to ruin it. And that was when it was sitting at, about 3 or 4 weeks ago, sitting at about 50 cents, give or take. It's now doubled that. It's actually now more than doubled that. It's sitting at 103. I have a feeling that they actually, in secret, settled out of court or did whatever they did. They did it in secret. That way all the big money now can go in and scoop up everything at the lowest price. They'll make their announcement. The price will shoot up and they've gotten in at the lowest possible price before you even know about it. That's how the stock market works. It's how the silver market, gold market, you name it, works. You're the last. We're the last to know about it. So XRP is up. THETA, Chainlink is up. It's up to 26.37. It's too bad I only have one Chainlink. What else is here? THETA is up. It's almost touching right there. $6.97. It's actually down in the 7-day charts, but I'm thinking we're going to see some definite moves in the next few days, if not weeks. And remember where that was as well just a few weeks ago. It was sitting at right around the $5 mark, 490 something. So it's up pretty good. I'm going to go all the way down to Digibyte, if I may. TFUEL is actually sitting, it's kind of stagnant. It was 30 cents about 4 days ago. It's 33.9 cents. All right, it is what it is. It's no big deal for me. Although I am staking and getting that TFUEL. Digibyte is up, I'm proud to say. Again, remember where it was about 3 or 4 weeks ago. It was sitting right around that 3.5 cent. Kind of would fluctuate to the 4 cent mark. It's now sitting at over 7 cents as of today. That's pretty good. Let's take a look at one other thing. I want to go to Kitco because I want to cover some silver. I forgot to pull it up. Silver is actually starting to look very attractive. I'm almost starting to think about getting back into the silver market due to the recent price drop. However, for the day, it's up 55 cents. So right when I start thinking, it's time to get back in, the price shoots up. It never fails. It truly never fails. Anyhow, where was it just a few weeks ago? It was sitting right around the $27 mark. Okay, it is now $23.80. So the price has dropped. Really, I would love to see it drop into the teens again. I really would. One additional note I would like to make. Kind of like good analogy is the gas pumps, the gas stations. When the price per oil drops, it normally takes about 2 or 3 weeks for the gas stations to catch up to that price or drop back down to its new price, its new low price. The same thing I can say about the local coin shops. When there is a drop in price of silver, the local coin shops, it normally will take them a couple of weeks to calm down, to get their stuff in keel with the spot price as far as premiums go, that is. As far as premium goes. They'll normally, like my local silver coin shop here will sell at the spot price. However, their their premiums are normally inflated. So that's what I mean. When the price drops, they will accommodate that new spot price, but they'll normally still charge that high premium of the high price that silver used to be 2 or 3 weeks ago until they finally drop. So just like the gas stations, it takes them a few weeks to level out the premium as well. I want to talk about something now that I've heard in the news. Let's take a look. And the reason why I bring this up is because I'm approximately 35-40 minutes north of the Nogales United States border. That's Mexico, for all you folks who've gotten a college education. Nogales is Mexico. First city you get into Mexico. There's the border. There's buses leaving there, coming north, filled with migrants. And they're coming north into the United States. They're not exporting them back. There's not even enough room on these buses. In many times, these buses have standing occupants in them. So they're being dispersed at the discretion of your government to do a couple of things here. At one time, it was just to turn the voting demographics, that voting balance within a city or a state, and reverse it. For example, if just an example, if a city, XYZ, was voting Republican but just barely etched out the Democrats, what the Democrats would do is bus in a bunch of illegals, right? Reversing that voting balance. Therefore, the next election, the Democrats would edge out the Republicans because they just shipped in a bunch of freaking liberal-loving, socialist-loving people who are accustomed to that kind of lifestyle. That's what they've been doing. They're still doing that. They're trying to change a lot of Democrat cities and states. Trying to change Republican voting areas into liberal voting areas, and that's how they utilize the illegals. But recently, that's not enough. The trick of the game to their strategy of stealing an election is to scare people into staying home, mail in those ballots so they can be intercepted. That's the trick. And the way to scare them is through propaganda. What you do is you get these buses full of COVID infected people, and you bus them into areas that have very low COVID rates, very low COVID deaths, hospitalizations. You get it. You bust them into that area, try to influx the numbers. You try to make those numbers, try to make that local government appear bad, that they're not controlling the spread of the disease appropriately. And what they're doing is then spreading that news, that fake created news onto your nightly news stations, and therefore scaring the people. See, look at, and case in point, they are busing these people from the Nogales border as well as Texas border to Florida. Ron DeSantis has done such a phenomenal job with low COVID numbers, and the fact that he's so relaxed in wearing masks in that state. They want to change your perception. See, many of the scientists say the mask does not work. Many of the scientists say, I'm going to call it actually the chin diaper, so I don't get flagged here on YouTube. So a lot of people believe that the chin diaper does not work and actually help spread this disease. And you'll see that a lot of your liberal states have higher numbers, and a lot of your Republican states have lower numbers. What are the odds? What are the odds? So they ship these infected people to those states and say, and then utilize the television news channels. See, we told you so. We look at their numbers. Look at their numbers. Look at their numbers. You remember last year, I'd say right around the June, July, August timeframe, about this time, the news was just freaking hammering, boom, boom, war drums. How Florida's doing bad. How Florida's doing bad. When in actuality, we found out not only did they do well, they did better than any other state. That in Wyoming and whatnot. So that's also why they're bussing these people around to inflate those numbers, to inflate the COVID numbers. What can I say? They weaponized these illegal immigrants. Okay, let's get on to our next topic. And you probably already heard, let me get a sip of water here. Obama's birthday party. Give me a second here. Obama's birthday bash was, I believe, August 8th. And these are the people who are telling you're going to die. Any minute now, the sky's going to fall and you're going to die of COVID. No mass parties, no mass barbecues, no family get-togethers. You must face up when you go to school. You must face up when you go to the bathroom. You must face up when you go to bed. You must face up with the chin diaper. These are the people that are instilling fear, utilizing movie stars, music stars, television late night talk shows, television news outlets. They're telling you that you're going to die any moment if you don't get that chin diaper on. August 8th, just about 4 days ago, Obama had a huge bash. Not one person in this bash. And I'm going to pull up some pictures. Not one person in this bash. By the way, if you're viewing this on a small phone or a tablet, you might not see the pictures. I'm going to try to blow them up, but it's probably best that you view this on a normal computer screen. Not one person was wearing a mask in this at this bash, to include Obama himself. He's hugging on people, he's dancing next to each other, they're laughing, they're having a great time, but you're gonna die. During this party, nobody was requested to show proof, vaccine proof, before entering this party. Nothing. Let's take a look at some of these pictures, please. I'm going to try to blow them up. So you can see, and a lot of the pictures are blurred, but you can see some of the finest liquor there, obviously paid by the American tax dollar. Obama on the left side holding the microphone, dancing with a few people. The people in the background are not wearing a mask either, when you really study the pictures. That was the left. The top right, you're seeing a bunch of people waiting at the bar, walking away from the bar. You see this group of people just passing the propane heater. None of them are wearing masks. A different photo right here, bottom center. Different photo of Obama dancing. Nobody's wearing a mask. Let's take a look if I can find some additional pictures. Yet when you go to a city council meeting or a school board meeting, you got to wear that mask. Got to wear that mask. Let me see if I can find some other pictures. They're few and far between because they're deleting them. Here's one. I'm going to see if I can get computer audio on this. Probably will not allow me to do that. Hold on a second. Yeah, it might. So I'll turn it up. I'll turn it up. Let's see what she has to say. I haven't even seen this video. This video is at Martha's Vineyard, you know, the place that you can't afford to live. Let's take a look at the scene from the party. So that's actually the recording. That's not my speakers. It's actually so loud in there. It's at concert level. And I guess when she recorded it on her phone, it can't handle the decibel range and what's going on. So it's not my computer. But let's try to take a listen and take a look what's going on and who's wearing a mask there. Obvious she's not, and she's right next to the president, so no fear of her, right? So it's just cycling through. So that's what's going on there. There's one other one. You know, they'll check you for guns. This is actually these two smoking weed right here. Here's some better pictures. They actually were smoking. These are the DJs. Now check this out. Everybody was probably checked for firearms. Probably dogs there to sniff out explosives. These two guys, DJs, are smoking weed. And they were allowed to smoke weed throughout this party when they were DJing. Case in point, you'd think they would have been told to leave, or at least leave their drugs outside. No, come on in. That's the Obama. Come on in. It's cool. They were forced. Everything was cool until they showed pictures of themselves on their Facebook and Twitter accounts and TikTok accounts. Then they were told to delete those pictures. So I'll read you the caption right down here in red. TJ Chapman left, and Trap Beckham gave social media followers a brief behind-the-scenes look at former President Barack Obama's 60th birthday party on August 7th, 2021. I was wrong. It was not August 8th. So a few other pictures. Nobody's wearing a mask. Nobody. Napkins embroidered in gold. Can you imagine wiping your freaking face after you ate something? Throw it away. I don't know if it's real gold or not, but even on the golf course, he's not wearing a mask. No fear of mask, but you need to be afraid. Look at that. Prawns and some brown shit. I don't know what that is. I guess I can read, right? Well, it's not even telling you. So, okay. Look at this house. Almost 7,000 square foot house. You can't afford that. It's funny, they go into office, they make money off of dividing and conquering us. Look at these pictures. You and I will never see the likeness of anything like that in our lives. I always say they go in there claiming that they want to be your servant. When have you ever seen a servant make more money than the boss, the United States citizens? There's such a racket. Such a racket. As I was doing post-processing on this video, I realized there's something I wanted to add. And I really wish people of all colors would come to the realization. We are being played against each other. We're being played against each other by the politicians with the assistance of news media outlets. These politicians, both black and white, claim to love the black neighborhoods, claim to understand their plight, give them reason and justification for their legalized violence. Claim they're down for the fight. Claim they're for black power. But when they move someplace, when they buy a home, to include some of the BLM members, when they buy a new home, it's not to the place that they told you they love. No, they move to the exact places where they claim your oppressors live. They move to Whiteyville, wherever that may be for them. Right next door, their neighbors are the oppressors. Imagine that. Barack and Michelle's home is in Martha's Vineyard. That's their main home. It's worth approximately $13 million with an ocean view that almost circles their entire home. I looked at some of the pictures of the inside of that home. You and I will never experience or live in such opulence. Never. It is amazing how they pit us against one another and profit off of it. They profit not just monetarily, but by power.